Hello everyone, I am Parul and my team is Shweta Admin. Today we will discuss about food insecurity, its causes and its effects on our society and the possible solutions we can do to erase this problem from our country. Food insecurity has been defined as a lack of consistent access to enough food for an active and healthy life. In other words, there are millions of people all over the world who suffer from a shortage of food and cannot tell if they will be able to feed themselves the next day or the end of the day. This is the basis of defining food insecurity. Food insecurity is a dangerous concept as it does not exist in isolation. Low income families could be affected by multiple overlapping, such as social isolation, acute and chronic health problems, the lack of affordable housing, low wages, and high medical costs, among others. These factors could also result in food insecurity and vice versa, making it a complex and more dangerous state of life. Here is an elaborate discussion of causes, effects, and the solutions to food insecurity. The causes of food insecurity are lack of access to farming lands. Food is grown or produced from the land. Without access to the farming land, however, it means the lack of a key resource for producing food crops. Land grabbing. Land grabbing deprives local communities of the resources they desperately require to grow food crops and vegetables for survival. Conflict, violence, and wars. Conflict, wars, and violence impact food production and supplies. In most countries where civil war has been prevalent over the years, food insecurity is very high. Unfair trade rules. Such practices contribute further to food insecurity. Fast-paced population growth. The rise in population with limited growth in the food available means an increase in food insecurity. Biofuels. Unfortunately, farms will be diverted into growing such plants and crops for biofuels, decreasing the number of grains available for food. Natural disasters. Climate change, wastage of food are some other causes of food insecurity. Now we will discuss about the effects of food insecurity. Effects on children. Children who are food insecure or come from families that are food insecure are more likely to require hospitalization and are at higher risk of chronic health conditions like anemia and asthma. Food insecurity leads to hunger. Hunger can also result from food insecurity. This makes the government spend more on feeding the nation instead of concentrating such monies to other projects. Increases in food prices. People's access to food, care, feeding, and access to health care may also become limited as a consequence, making the nation more insecure. Unemployment. When a nation is insecure about their availability of food, the economy will slow down. A rise in health-related costs. The higher the rate of food insecurity, the higher the risk of developing chronic illnesses such as heart disease. Violent conflict. Despite violence being a cause of food insecurity, the reverse is also true. Food insecurity, especially when caused by a rise in food prices, is a threat and results in violent conflict. Let's discuss about the solutions to food insecurity. Reduce food waste. Reduce the risk of commercializing. Improve trade policies. Promote diversification. With more varieties of food and an educated community on the importance of a diversified diet, there will be sufficient staple foods available in the markets. Land conversion should be avoided as it encroaches into natural habits and forest and affects biodiversity and wildlife and increases GHG emissions. The strategy or program setup should ensure food is available for all and that wildlife and forests are not affected. Thank you so much.